Here's one of the songs that I did write during COVID. This is at least somewhere in the 2 year span of COVID shutdown songwriting time. It's called "Bring the Cat." While she was away, the daily papers piled up, catalogs for winter clothes, clogging up the mailbox. How did I get so many keys? When did I become a janitor? Ought to sell the plays and walk the walk, winter south with the other birds. She kicks the door wide with her toe, faithful cat, the big meow. Come hither, stroll to the Friskies bowl. He's the only thing she comes back for now. A 2-day drive to New Orleans, a little longer coming back. Best laid plans of mice and men. Next time she goes, might bring the cat. She pulls a check out of the mail, equity of love and marriage. Kids are gone, nest is empty, karma's hauling all the baggage. Fruit flies found some mango peels, forgot to run the sink disposal. 2 weeks gone, spinning wheels that used to be unthinkable. A 3-day drive to Tampa Bay, a little longer coming back. Best laid plans of mice and men. Next time she goes, might bring the cat. A long far cry from the great white north. Gas up some more, grab more caffeine. 2,000 miles, getting warmer. Send the winter coat back to LLB. A 4-day drive to Arizona. This time she may not go back. Best laid plans of mice and men. Traveling light with a traveling cat. Too warm today to put her shoes on. Cat soaks in the morning sun. Old bungalow in downtown Tucson, whatever single snowbird means. Quirky restaurants and a music scene. Thanks. All right. Playing my stuff. John, wave your hands a lot if you need to talk to me. Oh, you do? Do you?
That was a practice.
Let me unmute you. I might move back then. What you got?
Oh no, I was just practicing.
You're practicing? All right. I don't think I have the show playing, so we should be okay.
Mhm.
I just don't trust that something will start up and loop in the middle of it. So
Oh, every time you share it, it turns the volume back on. I learned. Now
good
it
to know.
used to not be
Okay.
like that. So look out for that one.
All right. Well, I see some people in here listening. I can't see the view, but you can do that too and say hi to some folks in the gallery. Yeah, okay. Hey, David, how you doing? David's and Jennifer and a Ben. All right. All right. I'm gonna sing.
Couple Davids.
Yeah, two Davids. I'm gonna sing a few more. I'm gonna play about I don't know 5 songs I guess until it runs out of time for me. Let's see. This is another one. This is relatively new. I think I finished this. Don't know what key I played in. I know I dropped a D though. Not sure if I have a capo. I think for the morning, my morning voice is gonna want it low, so leave the capo off. And I think I worked on this through COVID. I think I finished it. I think I'd started it just before COVID, but then I finished it up during these weird times we've been having. This is called Right as Rain. Tail of sawdust settles on the bank. She sets her gloves and goggles down on a stack of redwood planks. 2 shoes appear and then a tray of sandwiches and sodas. He says, "Are you hungry yet?" "Yes, I think I met my quota." Puts her pencil back behind her ear, takes a swallow, rubs her shin. We'll have a dock by dinner time and take the dinghy for a spin. Had a few dry summers, but all the same, right now things are right as rain. Underneath the tarp, a dusty boat, no sails, no mast. It ain't Noah's Ark, 2 benches stem to stern, 12-foot raft. It's watertight, the oars they dip and pull them towards the tule shoots. Mayflies draw the rainbows out from the shadows of the alder roots. Below the surface, watchful eyes see the bottom of the boat arrive. A crust of bread soaks and sinks. Now come out, babies, don't be shy. Raise some bread to Pam and Charlie. Name the dinghy Hunky Dory. Had a few dry summers, but all the same, right now things are right as rain. Right as rain. Right now things are right as rain. A bump of water disappears. That's a big one swimming by. Sequins of an aspen dress drop and tease the dragonflies. He says all the bats are coming out. She keeps an eye peeled for a splashing trout. Pond is freezing, fall is fleeting, twilight's coming early now. She always brings a book for reading and a blanket for the chill. Soon sleds and hockey skates will carve the pond and trails round Daniels Hill. Mosquito Lake, Ebbets Pass, soon to be a looking glass. Had a few dry summers, but all the same, right now things are right as rain. Right as rain. Right now things is rain. Some crickets for that one. That's a lake song with crickets and nature.
Teacher, I tell bad jokes.
Yeah, this is also, if I tell a bad joke, I also get crickets. All right. John, I can hear your fan, John.
It's the only one I have.
Yeah, but are we talking or are you going to mute?
What's that?
Are you talking or are you going to mute?
I'm going to mute.
Oh, okay. All right. You want to talk for a while? No, he mutes. Sorry.
I already told my only joke I have.
Oh, that's too bad. Well, maybe tell it later when, be a different crowd in a couple hours. I told a really bad joke about peaches today on I did a 10 o'clock show. Got these peaches coming off my tree. I'm not going to tell that joke, but yeah.
Oh, come on, tell it.
No, I already told it. I don't want to tell the same joke in same joke in one day, but I got more.
Jokes
well, I'll tell you what. This isn't a very good joke, but it does go with the pond that I just sang about, the lake and the fish and everything, the boat. So this frog has been living on this pond all its life, and it never learned to swim. So to get from one side of the lake to the other, he uses a rowboat.
I like it.
I'll tell another one at the end. It's a similar one. I have a lot of animal critter jokes. I'll tell it right now. Let's get them out of the way. So this crow has been living in the New Hampshire woods all its life, and it's never left the woods. It's never even seen a road. And one day he wakes up. He goes, "Man, I got wings. I could see some stuff." So this crow flies out of the New Hampshire woods, flies all the way to Boston, lands on a wire, looks down at all the traffic, and goes, "Ka, ka."
I get it.
If you know an East Coast Boston accent, then it's funny.
Hard to count the yes. Yeah. That was good.
All right, here's a song I wrote in Michigan. I did during the pandemic. I gigged and I taught at a song retreat way up in northern Michigan, and I get prompts. The teachers have to write a song over the same weekend that the students do. So this is what I came up with, and it was a joke prompt. Actually, it was a joke thing. I challenged the leader, John Lamb of Lamb's Retreat. I challenged him to write a joke, and he wasn't having it. So he turned my thing into a prompt for a song, and then it turned into the word comedy ended up being my prompt, the word that I decided was my prompt because it's a long prompt. And so here we got comedy, we have vaudeville, we have tramps and musician buskers like I used to do in New York, all wrapped into one song about a guy who has the really bright idea, another lake song, to go, instead of going to Florida in the winter to make a little money playing on the streets, he figures he'll just go to Michigan because there won't be any competition. Especially when the lakes freeze over, nobody can kick you off the lake. Sometimes we're the punchline to a joke of our own doing. Pratfall at the curtain call, clowns going down from rags to ruin. Coulda rode off into a sunset Instead we crash into a drum set. Shake it off, make them laugh till they cry. It's a comedy. It's vaudeville, gotta tighten up my act. Oleo's over, headed for the bar and back. I'm bombing here, time to take a bow. Get out of town any way I know how. Tomatoes don't hurt, but the stains stick around. From a comedy. It ain't a lot of mercy, but it ain't no coup de grace. It's either a hook or a ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. In a tramping we will go. Whistle to me, hobo, got a little wad of dough. Detroit or bust. Hitchhike in the winter, cheaper than airfare. Save it for the cookware and camping stuff to get me by. Drill a hole in a lake and try to catch a walleye. And now the polar bears are laughing at me too. It's a comedy. Vaudeville on ice. Vaudeville on ice. Ice fishing in Michigan, living on the glass. I'm gonna be a good citizen and haul away my trash. I got a winter shanty now, cold brew, hot brass. Warm cot gas heat, do some barking on the street. Get your free tickets to a front row seat for my comedy. Vaudeville on ice. Vaudeville on ice. Coke bottle cheaters reading Melville at night. 3 months of winter in the vaudeville lights. Who owns the lake? Cause the warden on the take. Just a bunch of frozen water. Can't you leave a clown alone? Hey Mac, I used to be a squatter, but now I call it home. For my comedy. Vaudeville on ice. Vaudeville on ice. It ain't a lot of mercy, but it ain't no coup de grace. It's either a hook or a ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Abbott was a straight man. Costello got the laughs. Maybe I could find a partner and get another bowler hat.
Nice.
Thank you. Just in case you don't clap, I do it for myself. This is there's a pratfall in here somewhere. I think it might be right here. It's a pratfall, you know, a person falling, like Chevy Chase used to be on Saturday Night Live. He would fall into stuff. Showbiz, that's called a pratfall. You know, somebody comes out on stage and just to get a laugh out of the audience, you know, in between sets, somebody comes out and does a cameo, an oleo number. a little song and dance, even if they died earlier in the play. They can put a piece of clothing on, and then the audience suspends belief. Oh, didn't he just die? No, he's not dead. He's a different person now. And then that person do a song and dance in front of the curtain, or they change over. This is old plays, And vaudeville was like that. And they would entertain people during the sets and stuff. They'd have somebody come out. They'd be ready for tomatoes, and then maybe to get a laugh, the guy, there would be a drum set down in the lower section, and a guy with the guts and the muscles or whatever. All gonna do a drum set. They put all that in there. Now I come from Niles. I live in Niles, and Niles is where Charlie Chaplin filmed The Tramp. So I have quite a bit of that history cooking in me. I got about 3 minutes left, so why don't I play a little bit of the song I wrote about Bronco Billy was the film star here. He was the most famous guy in the world from 1912 to 1915. Bronco Billy made westerns here. He was more famous than anybody in Hollywood. And he was the first cowboy star. First cowboy westerns were made here out in Fremont, Niles Canyon. And he couldn't stand how bad our baseball team was, so he recruited ball players from other little teams around the Bay Area. All the towns had teams. And one of the guys he stole was named Raleigh Tothero. Raleigh was a shortstop, and he had a good eye and a good arm. And if you played on the baseball team, you had to have a job in the film company too. That's how you got paid. This is how Raleigh's life changed when Bronco Billy put him to work for the SNA studios. My name is Raleigh Tothero. I had quite an eye in the 1910s. I was a star of the San Rafael Colts. I made a living playing ball back then. Yes, I had a knack for the short hop and the fly. I could hit and I could throw. One day I got a telegram from Bronco Billy Anderson. He was a Nickelodeon cowboy hero. And I shot Bronco Billy in the 1910s. I went from playing ball to catching it all. I was the man behind the lens. Bronco Billy said, come play ball for me and help out on the lot making movies. I said yes, went to work, props and sets and scooping dirt, till one day Billy gave a camera to me. I took stills of the creek and the Niles Hills where the stagecoach meets the posse. After that I was rolling film, 16 frames a second. Bill said, good shooting, man, you got me. And I shot Bronco Billy in the 1910s. I went from playing ball to catching it all. I was the man behind the lens. I shot him up and down this canyon, countless trains and getaways, near disasters, good guys coming just in time to save the day. Ben Serpent, Sophie Trutz, Truth Boardman filling up the scenes, Slippery Slim, Cato and Cassidy riding to the trees, Spider, Roach, Fodder, Dolan, all the ball players, sometimes even me. We got among us on old westerns and Snakeville comedies. After 3 years of shooting Bronco Billy, 300 flicks gone by, a little man came to town. He He was a tramp and a clown with a waddle. Made you laugh, he made you cry. When the tramp left for Hollywood, I went with him. All in all, a good career. My name is Raleigh Talk-the-Road, and I shot Charlie Chaplin for the next 40 years. I shot Charlie Chaplin in the 1910s and 20s and 30s and 40s. Went from playing ball to catching it all. I was the man behind the lens. I went from playing ball to catching it all. I was the man behind the lens.
Fabulous and funny.
Thank you. And I should mention that sometimes I introduce it. Bronco Billy hired Charlie to come to town here in Niles. Charlie came here first, developed his character, the Tramp, filmed the Tramp in Niles Canyon, and he became the biggest thing in movies for a long time after that. He moved down to Hollywood, but he did it here in Niles. He did 5 films here, but Bronco Billy did 300 films here in 3 years. Charlie did 5.
Thank you.
Charlie showed up at the very end of it. Anyway, thanks for having me. Sorry, I went a little bit over, but hopefully you guys can get back on track.
Oh, great set. That was awesome.
Thanks, John.